What'd your first year look like? Because most people that sit in the seat had unbelievable first years, right? And you're
Right.
like, dude, I didn't.
No.
I'm like, that's relatable. That's it's not good, but it's good, right? So
Yeah. For me, this has been a tough road, but certainly the most fulfilling road that I've been on. The first year didn't make anywhere close to what I wanted to make, or was it?
what'd you want to make? Six figures?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't come to the insurance industry and say, I want to make six figures, right? Like that's the.
Why do you come here without it?
That's true. That's a good point, by the way, right? That's a great point.
My first year didn't make anywhere close to $100,000.
I think you said you made like 45 or 50?
45, 50, somewhere around there, exactly what I was making at my job before. So it wasn't necessarily a loss for anybody looking to get started in this industry. It may take you 2 years, it may take you 6 months, it may take you 3 months, it may take you 5 years, but if you can figure out how to make it work, it will work.
We're back again. Will Atchison, all the way from Tampa, Florida, St. Pete.
Close enough.
U.S. Health Advisors.
Yes, sir.
Team of 50.
Yes.
Your wife, Bree Atchison, is downstairs at Lauren's Ladies Mastermind. They're
loving it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. They're hanging out, and so are we. Dude.
Perfect.
Welcome to CA, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you.
How's it been so far?
It's been great. Loving Springfield, loving you.
Good,
so,
good, man.
yeah, man.
That.
Just
Thank
enjoying
you.
myself a lot.
More than Brad? Brad Hannon and Cody Askins?
I don't know. Close. Brad's a close second, but
Yes,
I'm going to have to go with you right now.
That's because we're in presence, right? Yeah, Brad's awesome. Brad's actually, I think, who kind of like referred us together maybe.
He is.
Which is awesome. Brad Hannon's doing some big stuff.
Grateful for the connection.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure. Big time. Yeah, he's amazing. You guys have built something from, I think you said earlier, like a few people to 50.
Yes.
And doing something huge on the health insurance side there in St. Pete.
Yes, sir.
What were you guys doing before that?
So Bree was in real estate.
Okay.
She worked for Ryan Homes up in Virginia. That's where we're from, Richmond.
Nice.
I was a landscape designer for many years.
Okay.
So that was kind of my thing.
Wow.
And
it's a little different than insurance.
Definitely different.
Yeah.
It's a lot cooler in an office than it is outside. So, yeah.
Especially if you got AC working.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why insurance? How did that work out? Where y'all ended up in this freaking empire?
That's literally our team name. So
Empire?
Yes.
Boom!
Yes,
how about that? I
absolutely.
didn't even know that.
Really, I think, first of all, it was Bree, my wonderful wife. So she was urging me to come. She said I would love the culture, knew that I would be a good fit for the team there. I was kind of looking for a change in my life as well. I felt like I was kind of at the ceiling of the industry that I was in.
Yep.
Moved to Tampa, was looking for new opportunities to kind of push myself in another direction. And she convinced me eventually, and rest is history.
That's awesome. You said she's a really good recruiter.
She is.
She recruited her own husband in the business.
She did. She did a good job at it, and then she kept me there too. So
yeah, she's recruiting everybody.
Everybody, anybody.
Yes. So, and then y'all were y'all didn't have your own office.
Did not.
You were plugging into another one.
Correct.
What did your first year look like? Because most people that sit in the seat had unbelievable first years, right? And you're like, dude, I didn't.
No.
I'm like, that's relatable. That's it's not good, but it's good, right? So,
yeah. So I think for me, this has been a tough road, but certainly the most fulfilling road that I've been on. The first year didn't make anywhere close to what I wanted to make, or was it?
What'd you want to make? Six figures?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't come to the insurance industry and say, I want to make six figures, right? Like that's
why do you come here without it?
That's true. That's a good point, by the way, right? That's a great point.
Plus, for me as well, kind of being a 1099 or working for myself was something that I was really interested in. Not having to have that corporate environment and stuff like that. My first year didn't make anywhere close to $100,000.
I think you said you made like 45 or 50?
45, 50, somewhere around there,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
exactly what I was making at my job before. So it wasn't
Okay.
necessarily a loss.
Yeah, but were you happy with like no?
I
no-
was absolutely happy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was the best thing that had ever happened to me.
Okay.
And,
Happy with the amount of money. Happy that you weren't doing what you were doing. All of the above.
happy happy for the opportunity.
Okay.
I think I always knew what kind of a man I was. I just needed the right boat to get me
That's
to,
right.
to the island, so to speak. You know.
Yes. Yes.
And I had never.
And
know,
you always knew it would be insurance. Dude. Woke up
I
out of the
didn't-
womb.
yeah, I didn't think that it would necessarily be insurance. I didn't know what it would be, but
Yeah.
I landed with insurance. I think at the end of the day, too, being able to help families save money on their premium, get them some better coverage.
Yes.
Give them peace of mind, maybe a vacation because they don't have some crazy expensive premium to pay every month.
There you go.
That became a good thing as well.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the things that you did right your first year? Because there's a lot of people that don't even make 50 grand.
No quit.
Yeah.
No quit.
Where's that come from?
Sports, life. I come from kind of humble beginnings. I'm still kind of a humble guy.
No doubt you are.
I like to be confident, but at the same time, I remember where I come from.
Yes.
I think no quit for anybody looking to get started in this industry. It may take you 2 years, it may take you 6 months, it may take you 3 months, it may take you 5 years, but if you can figure out how to make it work,
Yes.
it will work eventually.
So true. So big. Yeah. Most people stop. They quit.
Just shy of the breakthrough.
Just shy. Have you seen that where the guy's like chipping away at this like with
cartoon.
the axe, the
Yeah,
cartoon,
yeah.
and there's like what is a bunch of diamonds on the other side or
Correct.
gold or something?
It's
Yeah.
like gold or diamond. I think it's
Yeah.
even like a treasure chest or something.
Yeah, and then you see him like headed back the other way with the axe on his shoulder. And he's
Correct.
like, I give up.
Well, and I think I've seen many people come in, they enjoy where they're working, and they give up too easily.
Yes.
And then I talk to them. I keep a relationship with a lot of people that I meet through work and through this industry, and really I see them a year or two later, and they're like, "Man, I wish I didn't." And it's just
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda,
right?
coulda, woulda.
Wish, hope,
Yeah.
hope,
Yeah.
pray.
So
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about what you did good. What did you not do so well your first year?
Well, that's a great question. I think what I didn't do so well with was my expectation. My expectation was maybe not as reasonable as I wanted it to be. I should have come in with
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. My expectation was very high.
Yeah.
Of kind of, a sports guy like yourself, always on a winning team,
Yes.
stuff like that. So I kind of have been decent at most things that I do.
Yep.
So I kind of was just thinking that it was going to be a cakewalk, and it just wasn't.
Well, and do you think it was like I grew up in the industry, right? My dad's been doing it for 31 years. I'm
Right.
31 and a half now. Like I have a leg up because of that, right? Naturally. Do you think it was like the background of how you grew up, where you grew up, what your parents did, et cetera, that like affected
Oh, absolutely.
some of that?
I definitely think all of that did. I was joking with my wife last night, actually, about being on this and telling her I can remember my first day in the office, I didn't know how to use a copier.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So,
I'm actually getting goosebumps as you say that though, because I know like how well you guys are doing now.
And we were,
You
it was fun. We laugh about it now. At the time,
Yeah.
it wasn't so laughable.
Dude,
but,
you guys are watching. This dude couldn't use a copywriter. Now he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and doing really, really, really well, right?
Loving life.
You can make it too. Trust me.
You can.
That's so good. Man. So what else could you not do well other than using a copywriter?
And I only bring that up because we were joking about it last night.
Or a copier, not a copywriter. Yeah.
I think too, just back to the expectation, you got to have goals that you're going to be able to hit,
Okay.
right?
Do you think you'll get defeated and lose confidence if you're always losing?
Yeah.
Like if you're always like
Who
I love
wants to be a loser?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
true.
So I think also that ties into the no quit.
Yes.
You know, Jordan lost some games. I'm sure you've lost some games. I've lost some games.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, I kept showing up to
Missed
practice.
a lot of shots.
Missed a lot of shots, you know, but you keep shooting.
That's right.
And eventually you just get better and better one day at a time.
Yep.
You know?
So transition to your second year. You're a little better.
A little better.
You're still shooting.
Still
Still not quitting.
Still not quitting. Definitely made more money my second year. And then into my third year, more money. And it was small victories, right? You know? I told myself if I can make a little bit more or the same as what I was doing at my last job and be happier, that's a win for me.
That's
you
a
know,
big win.
and then being able to go up. Let's I don't remember what it was, so let's call it $10,000. What job can you work at and get a $10,000 raise in 1 year?
Yeah.
No, there's not a lot.
No.
So that was also a win, you know.
I think we've done that with a few team members here and there, but that's very rare. Very rare.
Good luck asking for that and getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
In a corporate
exactly.
environment.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you gotta have an owner that sees it in you, that goes way above and beyond what they would normally do. Because I remember Lauren was working literally across the street at the Meyer Center, across the street. I don't know. She won't watch this. Who cares? I was gonna say I don't know if she thinks she would want me to share this, but she's not. Maybe she will watch it though. She
I hope so.
Like, dude, I hope so too.
Maybe.
Or Bree's gonna tell her now. One of the two. She worked across the street at the Meyer Center, and after I think it was like after a year, they gave her an 8-cent raise.
8 cents.
8 cents.
And I, talking about Bree again, we've joked about that before as well. I can remember going out to dinner over a 25-cent raise. And it's like...
Wow. Celebrating.
Yeah, celebrating that.
$10 a week.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a lot of people.
I think it is.
know?
Yeah.
And so...
This guy's good, by the way. Is this good or is this good? Talk to us in comments below. This is good. This is cool. Like, this is relatable, right? We didn't even get to the good stuff yet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so how much premium does your health insurance office do a year now?
A year?
Yeah, or a week or whatever.
Let's just go on a week. On any given week, our office is writing anywhere from $300K to $500K.
Wow. So
week-
like
week in,
15,
week out.
15 to 25 mil a year in premium, right?
Or more. I think
Or
at
more.
the end. I think at the end of the year, last year, I want to say it was closer to 20, 30 something.
Good.
At the very end.
That's awesome. And how do you go from celebrating 25 cents to an office full of people banding together and doing 30 mil in insurance premium?
No
Which
quit.
creates a lot of commissions. You notice you said it again. No quit, right?
quit.
Like a lot of you were thinking about tapping out. I'm telling you, right? This dude's been in headlocks plenty of times and he didn't tap.
And you got to think big at some point, right?
Yeah. Talk about that.
You got to start somewhere. So start.
Yep.
And then just immerse yourself in what you're doing. You know, become a sponge.
Yep.
And then also, I think positioning yourself with the right people has been extremely important to where we are today.
Yes.
You've got to have mentors. You've got to have people that are also. You meet somebody that's making more money than you, talk to them.
Yeah.
Get their phone number. Don't.
Most people are a little bit too, almost not maybe ashamed, but like shy to do that, right?
You can't be. You got to lose that because people that are making more money than you want to talk about it.
They do. You're right. They want to share.
They want to share
It
that.
makes them feel good.
It does.
To get to share that. Not from an ego standpoint. Like, who doesn't want to be talked about? Like, it's not, you know what I mean?
And when, we're all human beings, we're kind of selfish by nature sometimes. So inviting someone to talk about themselves for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and then right after the conversation, just say, hey, let me get your number. Text them, and then just go from there.
This is a sales tip. Did you notice how he asked for the number? He didn't even ask, right? I always talk about this. How great salespeople, when they get to the end of a sale, they don't ask, they tell. He said, "Hey, let me get your number."
It's a normal conversation. What do you do with your friends?
Yeah, he didn't say, "Can I have your number?" oh, is it okay? You may not want to do this. May not like this. This is how people salespeople are working. Like especially new salespeople. Like you may not want to give it to me, but would it be okay? Maybe I won't text you a lot if you could give me your cell phone. Well, dude, you word it like that. I ain't giving nobody my cell phone.
I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to text you a lot because I will text you a lot.
True. Yes.
Until we get on the phone.
Yeah.
And then, texting leads to, hey, what time can you talk?
Yes.
Can you talk tomorrow? Right. Can you talk today? Give me 5 minutes. Hey, I got a question about this.
That's awesome.
And the next thing you know, you're friends.
And what you'll notice too, well, we got a big time dude in Springfield that you're good friends with. That's super impressive. And you mentioned him in the car on the way to lunch, and I'm like, you know who? Because I know the guy. Like he's dominating the commercial real estate space in this city. I see his name everywhere.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's actually one of my mentors, and you don't have to necessarily find a mentor in your industry.
Yes, that's correct.
I said it earlier. Find somebody who's making more money than you. If it's 20,000,
that dude's clearly making more money than both of us. By the way,
combined, probably.
Yes. Plus some multiplication there.
So, meeting him was. You
have to send him this clip.
Oh, I'm gonna absolutely show him this. Mike, thank you very much. Love you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mike, we gotta go to lunch, bro.
So. He's just a great guy, and then I've learned to attach myself. I don't care if you're 65 years old, 30 years old, 40, whatever, 20. Yep. If you're striving to be successful, I want to be a part of that.
Yes.
I want to be in earshot.
People want to give back too. Like if someone would have asked, like back then when you weren't successful, you were wanting help from others. You were looking for help, right? Now someone comes to you and they're like, dude, like for example, I have people all the time from college or high school or whatever reach out. Hey, can I take you to lunch? Can I get coffee? Can I pick your brain? Whatever. Sure, right? Well, in your case, I bet that people do that, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'll help.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, I don't see you as a guy like, no, I ain't help.
Well, that's definitely not who I am.
Right.
Yeah. No, for sure. Anybody and everybody that I can help get to a better place, even if it's not money.
Yeah.
Or business. If you need my advice on a relationship or anything, I'm here.
That's awesome.
It's part of it.
That's cool. It is part of it, and you're giving back in a way, because what I've learned is like, okay, if we can, well, shoot, I mean, everybody always says like, you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, right? I mean, that's the form.
That's how karma works.
Exactly. So. Okay, so let's fast forward now to your recruiting. You are adding people to the team, in person, local, remote, both.
More local than remote.
Okay. I thought that, but
just kind of the platform that our office does well with is in the office. I want to give you my undivided attention. When you're at home, it's.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're easily forgotten, but you're easily forgotten. I don't see you every day.
True. True.
When you're calling me, you don't know what I'm in the middle of doing because you can't see me.
That's also true.
So
you guys do a great job from a culture standpoint. I can just feel it.
Well, that's huge. It's huge.
It is huge.
We were talking earlier about amenities and what are you bringing to the table? Am I just telling you what to do, or am I buying you food? Am I providing a great space for you to work with your coworkers and really have it become somewhere you want to be all the time?
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Yeah, and that's also attractive to people that are looking for opportunity. Like they're telling others, dude, you should be here, man. The Will and Bree just fed me breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm gonna make six figures. I can buy my own food, but these people are just cool.
If you ask me, that's a winning formula.
Yeah.
Great office, money.
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
Yeah. I don't see you like micromanaging the heck out of people either.
No, but I think Patrick Bet-David, one of his principles is I don't trust you until I can trust you.
Yes.
So maybe in the beginning, maybe I'm micromanaging a little bit.
Sure.
Never to the point of annoyance.
No, but some people think that's like a bad thing. Well, if it helps you become more successful and get up to speed quicker, and not be someone that just quits and leaves or never gets help, then micromanage me a little.
Micromanage me. I was taking all the micromanaging I can get. Maybe annoying at times, but at the end of the day, someone that's constantly on your case about doing better.
Yes.
That's an
They're
asset.
trying to lift you up. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
They see it. Why
That's
else
right.
would they be wasting their time?
Exactly.
So
How? What's the vision? Where do you see this thing?
Going?
Yeah.
I mean, we went big right off the bat.
Yep.
We talked about that. Scaling is obviously important. We went big right from the get-go. So right now it's filling up the 100+ desks that we have in our office.
That's awesome.
Starting this literally the month that the pandemic happened in March.
That's crazy.
And having a baby, maybe 3 weeks prior to that.
It's awesome.
Wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
An 18-month-old office and an 18-month-old.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I would say the vision for now is filling up the office, getting
awesome.
100 people, making over $100,000 a year.
Yep. What's some of the best, whatever you're comfortable sharing, what's some of the best recruiting sources for y'all locally to build?
I don't mind sharing. It's kind of obvious. It's not some secret sauce
Super
or
Jedi mind trick.
exactly. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed, and word of mouth.
That's awesome.
When you have the components that we were talking about earlier with the office, the culture, you've got
Yep.
people in there making a good living for themselves. They're going to invite their friends.
Correct.
And when they invite their friend does well, they get a promotion. That friend goes to their team. So they're theoretically, every friend that they bring in, they're building the foundation for their promotion.
Correct.
So, yeah, Indeed
That's good.
is huge, and word of mouth.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's actually, I would say that's the two things we use the most here as well.
It's not a
Most people complain about like Indeed or some of these other stuff. It's like, dude, you want anything to work bad enough,
Whatever it
long
is.
enough. You stay consistent. It'll work. It'll work.
just keep hammering it out.
You
Not
talked about
quit.
something a few minutes ago that really got my attention. I want to come back to later. I'm surprised I remember because I'm not taking any notes. You mentioned at some point you've got to think bigger. Was there a moment or was there something that happened that triggered that along the way? Because you're doing okay, whatever, right? You're not doing as great as you wanted. And then at some point, it seems like you changed,
Mhm.
at least your thought process, your mindset. Do you remember what that was, how that was, what that looked like?
Well, at a certain point, everybody you can stagnate. You come into the industry, and like you said, you may not be doing as well as you wanted to do.
Correct.
So you kind of get stuck in the motions of everyday life, coming into the office, working, doing the dials, going home, doing it again the next day.
That's right.
I was working 6-7 days a week for
Wow.
years on end. To try and make this work for myself. And I think at some point, you just realize, hey, like this dialing thing isn't the only way to kind of make this lucrative,
Yes.
Giving it back to other people and kind of giving them a blueprint on how to do it as well. That's where it kind of clicked for me, because really that was more fun.
Exactly.
For me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Helping other people win. Bree and I will always do that.
That's awesome.
So,
Where's that come from? Like, why do y'all want to do that?
I don't know how personal you want me to get. I feel like,
up to
everybody has a calling. I feel like sometimes God puts things in your life that
Agreed.
you've got to take full advantage of. And
Yeah.
I think that, at the end of the day, I can make all the money that I want to make or try to do that. But at the end of the day, if I'm standing on the mountaintop by myself, how much fun is that? It's not.
Pretty lonely.
It's seriously lonely. If you have a big bag of money and nobody
Yeah.
to spend it on, eventually the cars and the stuff like that, it just won't matter.
Yeah.
So,
Most people don't always, they see someone like you that's super successful and they don't realize that kind of stuff is going on in your head. Or in fact, they think it's not.
I don't know why that is,
Yeah, I don't either.
I
I don't either. Because I think that people think that about me too. I mean, unfortunately, I was at a couple conferences earlier this year and I had a couple people come up to me like, man, I didn't really like you. But I get to hear you speak. I'm getting to talk to you and hang out and you seem very normal. You seem cool. I don't know why I didn't like you. And I'm like, I don't either. You know?
Yeah.
I think people make judgments of people from what they see. I'm sure that happens to you too.
Absolutely. More than I would like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you give me 10 minutes or you want 10 minutes from me, I guarantee you I'm gonna really hold on to that relationship if it's worth it.
Exactly.
For both of us.
If someone's out there thinking about quitting, what would you say? Because you talked about a lot about that, which I love.
Whatever you do, do not quit. It will work. You just have to keep going. And you, like I said, you have to get around the right people.
Yes.
People that are going to push you to be better.
Yes. What's some of the ways you find to get around better people?
Reaching out, not being scared to say, "Give me your phone number."
Exactly.
That's how I met you.
That's true.
You just got to go for it, because what do you have to lose?
Exactly.
A little bit of embarrassment. Maybe you're out of your comfort zone a little bit for 5 seconds.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yep.
Get the phone number, follow up, call,
Yes.
and just be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself. I love that, because most people don't know. Most people don't know like what's going on, because for you, I'm like, dude, this dude's crushing it. He's really successful. What does he want to talk to me for? You know, I mean, honestly, like we undervalue ourselves a lot of times in our own head. You know, and I'm as bad as anybody at doing that. Nobody ever knows that's happening internally.
Yeah, but that's part of staying humble, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of what keeps you getting more and more successful as well, right?
Correct.
Constantly growing. You can think you're the greatest, but there's always going to be somebody that's doing it better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's the if there was the single one tip to guarantee everyone that ever watches this forever, which is not possible, makes $100,000 because they made it to the end of the video, what would you say is like the number one thing you have to do? Number one thing you got to follow through on, the number one thing you got to incorporate?
All of the little, it's not one thing.
Yeah, it's not.
I think it's a combination of many things.
Yep. Maybe a top 3?
Top 3 would be no quit, getting yourself around the right people.
Okay.
And then eventually being able to give that to someone else starting out. So recruiting, getting the people to you.
Yes. I like it, man. Good.
Because once the people start rolling in, they don't really stop.
Right. That's absolutely true. Yeah, it's a snowball.
It is.
The people, the content, like the personal brand, the people, referrals, relationships, like all of it. It's a snowball, right? It gets, the longer you do it, the easier it gets. I'm not saying it's always easy. You know, there's some days that are like freaking brutal. But
Seriously.
I go home and I'm like, do I really want to do this? And then I'm like, I do.
But at the end of the day, you always feel accomplished.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. I'm trying to put 10,000 people in an arena in July of 2024.
I have faith.
I'm glad
can
you
do
do. I'm glad you do. Thank you.
I'll be there.
You will be there. I appreciate that.
Yep.
You're awesome.
Absolutely.
There we go. I got 2.
On your
10,000 people night.
Yeah, we'll get your 50 agents, and then you know what? We just need 9,900.
Here's a call. All 9,000 of you.
And 48 more. Yeah. That's awesome. If they want to get in touch with you, reach out, follow you, whatever, email, IG, whatever you're comfortable providing. How would they do that?
Shoot me a text.
Cool.
Honestly.
Let's do it.
I'm kind of a private guy when it comes to my social media. So yeah, shoot me a text.
What you want to share that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll leave it in the comments.
Okay, good. There you go. So, okay, there you go. Jump in comments. I love that. Okay, I love that. Jump in comments. Will's going to be watching the comments. And, dude, he's here to help, right? Again,
Absolutely.
Will Atchison down with U.S. Health Advisors
Yep.
in St. Pete, Florida.
Absolutely.
Dude, thank you for your time today.
Appreciate you.
It's a
so
blast.
much. Absolutely.
Awesome job.
Thank
Phenomenal nuggets. Let this dude, give this dude some love in the comments below. Okay.
Please.
Appreciate you being
Don't be
here.
too hard on me.
That's right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there.
Find the gap. Don't complain. Don't murmur. Don't talk negative. That's average people talk normal. Average people talk problems. The greats talk solutions.